The reason racing slash car games are dying is because nobody is making cool car games like they used to. The lack of variety is the reason the genre is dying. I would say that the obsession with graphics and realism is a huge factor. Sim racing has made a huge comeback with games such as iRacing, Assetto Corsa, Live for Speed, and so on. The sim racing genre isn't a bad thing, but the issue is sim racing games are not really meant for fun, but more for realism and a realistic experience. The thing is that sim racing games are way too serious and very bare bones. The margin for fun to be had on sim races isn't that big, and you can often get bored of them because the only thing that there really is to do is just drive. Very few game modes and a lack of content in these games. The days of variety in racing games are long gone. For years, racing games that did something different were always punished by bad sales, and many unique car games that eventually became racing gamers' fans' most beloved games are now gone and probably gone forever. These are games such as Blur, Split Second, Stuntman Ignition, Project Gotham Racing 4, Test Drive Unlimited 2, and Need for Speed The Run, and many more other racing games. The racing game community wants sequels or reboots of all the games I mentioned, but many of the game studios have been shut down for many reasons, and mainly that reason being a lack of sales and performance. What I'm trying to get at is that modern racing games suck because of a lack of ingenuity that racing games used to have. You can say that I should move on, but good racing games speak for themselves. Racing games have lost the edge that they used to have, and now they're struggling to have a big of an impact, which makes people reluctant to make racing games. The indie game community has been making quite a few racing games lately. The thing with video games is that almost every developer starts out an indie developer till they are bought by a major video game publisher or big company in general, in the hopes that the indie game company or developer will make the publisher more money. The only issue is that many publishers are not gamers, so they often have a disconnect with their developer's fan base. Not knowing your own fan base can kill any hopes of making a game they will like. My conclusion is that racing games just aren't as fun anymore. They are not exciting anymore. Racing games lack diversity. Like, I miss car carnage games, demolition derby car games of where you could play split screen with friends and AI all in the same game mode, like MotorStorm Pacific Rift. I don't know why game devs aren't making games like Stuntman Ignition, Flat Out, or Midnight Club anymore. The sim racing genre is kind of dull, and the open world racing niche is still wide open. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is one of the most highly anticipated open world car games, and yet we still don't have any gameplay footage of the game yet. Racing games really need to become fun again. And with that, this is the Chilly Man signing off. I thank everyone for watching. Peace out.